Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive, and I'm the creator of Elestrals, bringing you guys some Elestrals online digital app gameplay. Very excited to bring this to you guys, and I know a lot of you guys are waiting for a big update on the Kickstarter and stuff. That is coming soon. Just hang with me for a few more days. I'm hoping to put that out by mid next week. I've got a lot to talk about, but I just wanted to have some fun and show you guys a really cool game on our digital app, which has been in progress for a while. We're still aiming for the end of Q2 as a beta release for those of you guys. So keep an eye on the channel for more gameplay, and let me know what kind of decks you'd like to see me use. So what's really cool is our team put in a tremendous amount of time. We've got stability down. Things are running really well in the app. So I'm gonna tell you guys a little about the team that I'm running, or the deck that I built for this gameplay here against Wes, who's part of our beta testing, or I guess rather alpha testing right now. This is a very offensive Stratomoth deck, basically. I'm rocking Aramore, Sorlet, and we've got the Nimbug with the Sirikun into Stratomoth. Of course, a little bit of Rune Control with P-Gust, and then a little bit of a Thunder package with Estravid and Boombat. To me, Estravid is one of the top tier cards in the game, so it's a no-brainer to get that incorporated there. And then I've got Drops of Leaf and the Nectar of the Gods to encourage drawing and refreshing hands. You see I'm running 3 Gorgon's Gaze. This card is very strong at locking down attacks, stopping effects, things of that nature. 3 Aeolus, which is key in searching for the cards that I need, specifically Nimbug. And then we've got Ambrosia for some health. This deck really puts itself out there, extends, and you have to kind of get the strategy off pretty quickly. Tsunami, 3 of those with the 2 Leviathans to kind of thwart off attacks from non-water decks. And then Helios' Chariot Ride is something I'm just testing right now. It's not a card that sees a lot of play, but it locks down rune activation on the turn, but you have to declare it in draw phase. And they've got Altar of Stars, which I love. You really only need an Aeolus one time, so you've got the Altar there to kind of utilize that. And then Poison Tipped Arrow, just one of those teched in there to kind of help out. So jumping into this game, very excited about it because Wes and I had played a few games last night. I knew that he was running this like pretty wild, well, I was pretty sure he was going to be running this Zephyrog Hand Disruption deck. So I knew if I was going to win this game, I needed to go like really aggro and try to get out ahead of him. So we kick things off with a Nimbug. Nimbug's effect allows you to expend a Wind Spirit in order to special cast a Sirikun from your deck. So I'm obviously going to snag the Sirikun, and you can see the app is very fluid now. It's much faster. The moves are faster. A lot of this stuff is going to be automatic though. Like some of these different commands are going to be automatic. We wanted to build like a sandbox version first. So that's what we're doing there. So I get my Sirikun onto the field. I'm going to change him to defense position. And now I know I just have to stop my opponent from getting rid of it in this one turn. So I actually play the Aeolus. I do a really big turn 1 play here because I recognize my support options are not as strong as I would like them to be. I feel like, hey, you know what? If I can get a little bit better of a back row here, I think I can actually do something a little bit more. So let's clear this Aeolus now. Let's grab my P-Gust is actually what I'm gonna grab. I can search my deck. I can grab any 1-cost Wind Elestral. I decided to grab P-Gust and throw it to my hand. P-Gust is really good. It's gonna set up the rune control for me later and not force me to have to use Stratomoth's effect to do so. So I do play the Nectar of the Gods now. That's gonna give me 2 draws, which is really nice. So I can pick up 2 cards here. You'll see I pick up the Rabbit and the Arrowmare. So nice draws there, but I'm actually gonna end up Drops of Leafing most of those, actually both of those back, because I'm thinking to myself, all right, I really don't need Estravid at this point in the game. Estravid's really nice, like early game to play, but I'm already got Nimbug out in the field. Let's put him back. I don't need Aramare either, right? Like right now, I'm focused, how do I get Stratomoth out and how do I keep it on the field? So we get to draw 3 off the leaf. I pick up 2 Ambrosias and a Nimbug. Not the greatest, but the Ambrosias will prove to be useful because if you look, I'm already down to 9 spirits. Yes, I have used 11 spirits on my first turn of the game. In theory, I'm more than halfway towards losing. My opponent's turn, he's gonna go with the Foamy. I'm gonna immediately cast Poison Tipped Arrow on this Foamy because to me, I know that if I get my Moth out and Foamy's there, I have to deal with it continuously refreshing new Elestrals every turn. So if I can get rid of Foamy now, I give myself a much clearer path to victory. So cost me 2 to clear the Foamy, that's fine. I get rid of the Foamy, it's gone. I don't have to worry about it. It's destroyed in battle effect. And now in my draw phase, I have the opportunity to ascend Sirikun into Stratomoth. So I'm gonna alert for its effect. I have to expend a wind. I'm down to just 6 wind spirits at this point in time, which is actually bonkers. But I am gonna be able to add Stratomoth to my hand. I can shuffle my deck, no problem. And now Stratomoth actually just straight up ascends. It doesn't get added to your hand. It's just the fastest way to do it when you're playing sandbox mode. So Stratomoth hits the field, and he's gonna play Poison Tipped Arrow on it. So It's a 1 cost, but he has to up it to 3, or actually 4 total. So I know he's got to expend an extra 3. I say, you know what? I need spirits, so let's start using our ambrosias. I throw in ambrosia. I grab 3 spirits back to my spirit deck because I know I need to get this health back, but I also know I'm about to lose my Stratomoth here. So I have some tough decisions to make because I'm like, well, you know, I'm gonna lose my Stratomoth this turn no matter what. I can at least hit him and deal some massive damage. So I'm gonna do my double ambrosia. This is gonna get me right back into the game and give me a tremendous amount of spirit support again. So I'm back up to 9, right? So I was as low as like 4 there, I think, but now I'm up to 9, and he's at 18. When you think of that, it's like, oh wow, I'm like very behind right now. But I'm gonna play it out. I'm like, you know what? We're going for double moth right now. I'm gonna go for the Nimbug. I'm gonna expend the Nimbug. And this is what I was talking about earlier with Altar of Stars and ALS just being so clutch. I'm gonna get Siracun to the field. This is, guys, this is turn 2, bro. Like turn 2 Aggro Stratomoth working so well. Even though he only has 1 attack, I can still hit him for 2 spirits right now. I'm gonna set my altar face down because I know I'm gonna need that. And I get to hit him for 5 on attack. Plus his poison tipped arrow is gonna cost him another 3, plus the 1 he used to cast it. So we're legitimately talking about 9 spirits have just changed hands on this 1 offensive turn. He's gonna essentially take damage for 8, and the 9th would be the poison tipped arrow spirit. So this hyper offensive Stratomoth play puts us in a scenario, I have to destroy it now because of poison tipped arrow, but it puts us in a scenario where he's down to just 10 spirits. I have 6, 4 of which are on the field. Here comes Pelaquarius, and this is key to Wes's strategy of being able to get out his Zephyrog. And I know at this stage of the game, my opponent is trying to grab Tadpuff. They're trying to special ascend into the field, and they're trying to get Zephyrog onto the field. So I'm gonna play Altar of Stars here. I'm gonna turn myself to defense because if Pelaquarius is in attack position, I can actually hit him for more damage. So my opponent, you know, kind of catches that. I'm gonna Nexus onto my Siracun. So now my Siracun is sitting at 3 wind spirits. The Pelaquarius is an attack. I get to draw, and now during my draw phase, I expend, and then I can get my second Stratomoth out on turn 3. I've actually never had a game like this where I get Stratomoth out so aggressively, so impactfully right away. So I'm about to enchant my Stratomoth to the field with 4 attack, 4 spirits on it. Just gonna deal some massive damage, and I'm just gonna go right after it. I only have 3 spirits left, so I know I have to be really careful about the decisions that I make at this point in the game. And he's gonna take 3 spirit damage over the Pelaquarius, and we're sitting at, I think we have 9, I think we're at 13 attack right now. So we're a 13 attacker, 4 spirits. Here comes Sluggle, and I'm thinking to myself, man, I might be in trouble actually, because Sluggle gives him enough runway that he can maybe beat me out now if he can clear my Stratomoth. Water generally doesn't want to run a lot of removal, but here's where the fun plays start to get. So if you don't know, you can use your spirits on board for invoke and counter runes. So I'm actually going to use my ALS spirit and one of my Stratomoth spirits to play Nectar of the Gods, which I thought was really cool. Get that action out there. It doesn't cost me anything for my spirit deck because the spirits were already on the board and I didn't need that 4th spirit on the Stratomoth. Now I get to play Ambrosia and I get to get 3 more back. I do grab a Zaptor here thinking maybe I'll need the Boom Bat just in case. I'll need the Boom Bat. That could be really clutch. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, how do I get past this defensive wall here? Because I don't have anything to beat the Sluggle. Yeah, I could Boom Bat the Sluggle, hit him for 3. That doesn't feel great. I'm going to go P-Gust here and ping the face down, which ends up being a Poison Tipped Arrow. My opponent decides it's not worth wasting a Poison Tipped Arrow on P-Gust. That's understandable. And now I have to use my Stratomoth to knock out the Sluggle, and then P-Gust will attack directly for 1. So I'm in a really commanding position because I have a Stratomoth in the field, because I can clear runes with Stratomoth, and I can clear runes with P-Gust. I have a lot of control in that situation. But I only have 4 spirits left, and I know my opponent is really, really trying to execute this combination of utilizing their Tadpuff into Zephyrog, and that's what we're gonna see here. The Tadpuff hits the field, the Zephyrog hits the field. Zephyrog can attack me directly for 2. Now I know that this West likes to utilize Poseidon to make it hit for 3, and then he gets to hit a card from my hand. So I'm thinking to myself, all right, well, I'm gonna lose Boom Bat or Estrabbit. I think he ends up declaring Boom Bat is what it ends up being. I ended up clearing my Thunder Spirit there, I'm pretty sure, because I knew I was losing a card out of my hand. He's gonna get rid of the boom bat. I think I ended up dragging the S-Rabbit there too by accident. I wasn't really thinking, but it didn't really matter because I wasn't gonna use it anyway. So I'm like, wait a minute, did I just do that? I don't really need it. I draw a card, I pick up Tsunami. I can't even play it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And I'm actually just gonna use my, oh, I didn't get rid of my Zaptor. I'm gonna use my last Wind Spirit to hit my P-Gust here. That's gonna knock out his last card. He actually casts it as Tsunami, but it doesn't matter because my Elestrals haven't been cast this turn. Thus, they're free to move, so they have to change to defense, but because I haven't changed their position this turn myself, he didn't actually need to cast it. I don't think it makes a difference in the gameplay because I'm gonna hit him for basically 3 right now to get him to 0. So he would have had 1 spirit left, but with 1 spirit, I don't think there was any way he was gonna win if he doesn't play that Tsunami there. It was gonna be a gone Tsunami, and then essentially you'd have 1 spirit left. But we're gonna be able to hit here. He's actually gonna just forfeit at this point in the game, and we're gonna win with double Stratomoth, baby. Very, very hype gameplay. Now that the app is in a really stable state, I've been playing nonstop. Like, I'm not even kidding. I've probably been playing like 10, 15, 20 games a day right now to just find more bugs and stuff like that. The biggest thing right now that we're about to do is a massive UI overhaul. So the entire interface of the app is gonna be updated in the next week or 2, hopefully, and then we're gonna start inviting a lot of you guys who backed Kickstarter into the testing period. So the alpha, we're gonna expand up to a few hundred people, and then the beta will eventually roll out by the end of Q2 for everybody who backed Kickstarter, and then we'll have a couple thousand people playing the app. It's gonna be really hype. It's an exciting time. Again, stay tuned for the proper Kickstarter update. Again, I know you guys are waiting for it. I'm just getting a few of my ducks in a row before I tell you everything that's happened, because a lot has happened, and it's all exciting stuff and all stuff to be pumped for Elestral. So thanks for watching this gameplay, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.